Tannat Show. I'm your host, Howard O'Brien, and I will be with you every Thursday at 8 o'clock for 10 minutes. 10 wonderful minutes. Have fun. That's what this is all about. Now, tell us who's tuning in tonight. We always like to know. I look at it afterwards and see. I can't always see the views, even though the numbers are good. And tell us what you're having tonight, whether you're having a bottle of Chateau O'Brien, a glass of Chateau O'Brien, whatever that may be, just enjoy yourself. That's what this is all about. So let's get to it. So tonight, I'm Fred Tannat, FT, Fred Tannat. So let's get to segment one. Yabba dabba doo. As you know, yabba dabba doo. So, I'll get it here. Okay. So anyways, let's get to segment one. And this is one of my funny ones, man. I tell you, I've been laughing since I put this on today. So anyways, let's get to segment one. And it's about the book, as you know, that I'm writing. And I was just talking to some people about it this weekend, and I told them a couple of crazy stories because they didn't see some of these other ones. And one of them I told that it goes to the top. So if the people that were aware of this, Brandon or Justin or Dave and Karen, because I told them a little bit about it this weekend. It was crazy. I can't say that, some of this stuff on. So I'm going to tell two little different ones. As you know, it's the book I'm writing. The seller's bestseller is the name. And I'm not sure, you know, be released later on, well after I'm done with the winery, at least in person anyways. So it's funny how people are, as we know. So you know my loft upstairs. You know, my regulars and so forth know when I'm up there, when we were open before normal, or as normal before all this crazy environment we're dealing with now. So I would sit upstairs, sometimes the paperwork be down, this and that, talking to people. But it's always funny when in my tasters in the classic collection, when I'm upstairs and people come in and they don't know I'm up there, or they don't even really know, or maybe they haven't been to the winery much. But me and my staff have a code, and I'll hear them say, the client, oh, I know Howard, I used to hang out with him all the time, I come here all the time, he always says, make sure you take care of me extra. So if I don't hear something, my staff will give me a little chime. So I'll come down, I'll walk, I'll stand right next to him, and this happens more than you can imagine. More than you can imagine. So I'll stand right next to him. They're looking at me and like, oh, hi, how you doing? Good, you like the winery? Yeah. And even some of them say, oh, I know the owner really well. And I said, really? I said, when's the last time did you see him? And they said, and I'm like right next to him. My staff is dying, obviously. And they said, oh, not too long ago. And I go, really? I said, well, I'm the owner, Howard O'Brien. And the faces that these people get, and then their friends are calling them out. So I think that is just hilarious, and it happens all the time. So watch out, yabba dabba doo. Oh, by the way, Wilma is helping me out this evening, taking care of production. Dino is somewhere around here. He's chewing on his bone, dinosaur bone. We gave him earlier, and he's pretty much working on it, so you may hear him chomping in the background. The other one is kind of a family thing, since we're talking about the family of the Flintstones, or the Tannat Stones. It's very interesting that I hadn't seen my cousin, and I don't know if Sue's on here, in over 40 years. And there was a family thing that went on, and nothing to do with us kids. And one day, you know, years ago, when, you know, the no children thing, one of my staff came in, and I was outside talking to some people on the patio, and they said, Howard, someone would like to see you. And I look through the window and I see kids, and I say, please, you got to tell them no kids. They said, no, you want to come in there. So I come walking in, and I had a very weird, eerie, not an eerie feeling, kind of a different feeling. And I went walking up, and I almost felt like I knew her. And she was with her husband and their two kids that have grown. It's been 7, 8 years now. And it may be over 40 years. And how it really came about was, it was my cousin Sue. And we certainly rekindled that relationship. My daughter, Judy, all of us have been to their house. They're supporting me through all this. But how this came about was this. A very good client and friend, Sharon, lives across the street. And she always does wine dinners with my wine and all that stuff. And she said, we're going to try some new Virginia wines. And she says one of our favorite wineries, Chateau O'Brien. And she was Chateau O'Brien. Sue said, Sharon, I think my cousin Howie owns a winery. And now she goes, yeah. And she said she was a little nervous on coming and stuff because of the family stuff, but it had nothing to do with us. And thank God she did come because we have a great relationship. We always involved, and she comes, and she was at our wedding and all that stuff with Sharon. And she had the bottle of wine from Chateau O'Brien, Sharon did. And that's how the rekindling took place. So the winery has really done a lot of things, even like those great things. Because I mean, that's a great story and a great memory thing. So I really, really enjoyed that. And she comes and I support her and all that stuff during this time. So even though there's crazy ones that are good as well. So yabba dabba doo, again, for the Tannat Flintstones. I don't know where I came with that one. So anyways, where did my glass go? Hang on a minute. I sampled some earlier. So, using the signature Regal glass, it holds a full bottle of wine, as you know, and my Corbin. So this here is the brand new first 14 red released of the Cellar collection. It's the Cab Franc. The Cab Franc 2014. The people that have tried it, very few, some Cab Franc lovers, they said I hit the nail on the head with 14. It doesn't have as much of the green pepper. Obviously mine don't. It's 2014, so certainly diluted. 14 was a good growing year. Rained a little bit more, so we had to fight a little bit to get to this. It's not lighter in color, but I feel like it is to me compared to some of the other ones. Once again, about 24 months in a French oak barrel, so if you want to come out this weekend, you certainly can to get some. I didn't make a lot of it. 14 was a little bit of an interesting year, but we had a lot of great things. It's about 24 months in a French oak barrel. So it's a new Cab Franc. So you can see here, it's just a little bit lighter in color. Just a little bit lighter in color than the Cab Franc, but it's got a lot of tannins and a lot of character to it. The people that have clients that have tried it, that have come to the VIP, allowance of coming to the winery, as you know, they've been purchasing it at large amounts because I only made about 60 cases. I didn't make a lot. So, once again, just dig your nose right in there. I love this glass. Love this glass. You don't get a lot of green, you get more of the black pepper on the end. Judy and Wilma tried it earlier and they certainly liked it as well. She doesn't have her red hair on, but she will later on. A lot of tannins. This will hold out for a while. It bites the tongue a little bit, as you know. I like to hit all three parts of the palate and it's there. I can feel it. Yeah, Cab Franc tends to have a little bit more acidity. That's why, we age it for a while to bring it down a little bit. So, it's the new Cab Franc 2014. I'll be there all weekend long or anytime you want to visit me, okay? So, the competition. Somebody last week was drinking a 2006 Tannat. And she is the winner. However, she lives in Michigan. And she used to work for me years ago. Her name is Erin. I won't say her last name, and I don't know, she tunes in once in a while. And Erin was a joy to have at the winery. We still communicate here and there along the way. She stays in touch, and I stay in touch. She was one of my good tasters. She wasn't there long, so some of you may remember or may not. But she was a great taster. She loved wine. She loved food. It was a great comparison. But she moved, I believe, back with her family, and that was years ago, back to Michigan. So she sent me the picture while we were on last week, and she is the winner. There was a lot of people drinking some older wines, which is very impressive, and I really appreciate it. Is Erin on? Oh, good. You win, Erin. So I'll send it to you. I need your address, by the way. So call me. We got cell phone numbers, so we know how to get a hold of each other. So I'll send you a bottle of the 2013 Tannat. You deserve it. Great year, 13 as well. So the new competition. This would be a little harder for Erin to do, but it's who is drinking the first three that send a message. And Wilma will be watching closely, in counting in Wadena. And so even Barney may come by. If he does, he can take counting as well. And Betty's is what, that's right, Betty. I was watching this earlier, man. This is hilarious. I don't know. So anyways, it's whoever is drinking Tannat Rosé, the first straight, you get a Regal glass with my logo on it. It's a little bit smaller than that. So it's the Regal glass with my logo, but you have to come to the winery. So the first 3 that send it in, we'll notify you, and please stop by. So anyways, God bless and drink Tannat. Yabba dabba doo! Meet the Flintstones, the family. From the bedrock, Tannat bedrock.